Welcome, bout betters. I'm scurrying to watch tape and get content out for this UFC Columbus card, so please comment, like, and subscribe. The more you participate, the more this channel will grow and get more people to provide their insights and analysis on many bouts. As we predicted, we finally saw line movement on Fiort, but those that participate in my live chats know that this is a non-factor, as they know my parlay pillars and parlay plays, one of which has gone up 40 points, and Neo Magni, who was one of my potential parlay plays, went up 40 points today after I created my content. So sometimes participating in my live chats is a benefit as well. So please hit the like and subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you can participate in those live chats. A bout I am looking forward to is this banger between Matheus Nicolau at plus 115 as an underdog versus minus 143 favorite David Dvorak. In my opinion, this will be the highest level technical MMA match we see this evening. Both these guys are very well-rounded prospects with near-perfect performances in the UFC. On paper and even watching fights, this is going to be a very closely contested match, as they are both seasoned fighters, with Matheus Nicolau facing the better UFC competition, having more octagon time, and a better XR number, but not a better XR percentage. In the UFC, Matheus has faced higher level of competition, but didn't dominate nor seriously outclass his opposition. In fact, one could argue that in his last two bouts, where he was outstruck by both Elliott and Manuel Kopp, that he could have lost those easy, tight decisions, even though one of them was unanimous. Matheus' style can be of detriment when going to the judges because he is very calculated, he's precise, he's a precision striker who tends to move backwards a lot. When pressured, he fights off his back foot. Dvorak is also a distance fighter, but his movements are constant, calculated, and fast. He sets up his strikes, especially that overhand left and right and uppercut, very effectively. He's got some really good movement. I cannot stress the movement from David Dvorak enough. Dvorak has great pace, speed, and dynamic wrestling. He has a ton of movement again, and moves both circularly and at angles. He has excellent octagon awareness and distance management. Both these fighters have a very high fight IQ, but I favor Dvorak on the feet because he not only is elusive or harder target to hit, but he attacks in combinations. He is also comfortable and effective in close quarters with the defensive intelligence to exit safely, but rapidly resetting into a grappling or striking exchange as needed. Matheus Nicolau is more patient and calculated, and he's also reactionary and defensive, and this approach will cost him possibly dearly, as David Dvorak is an excellent defensive and offensive grappler. He's also defensively good on the feet. If Dvorak decides to remain on the feet, his pressure will favor the judges as well as his style, because optics matter. Matheus Nicolau constantly retreating and circling and being more defensive-minded can cost him in terms of the eyes of the judges, and that's just natural. Matheus is going to have to grapple against Dvorak, and yes, on paper, Matheus has the better metrics. He has the better control rate of clinch at 84% compared to 21% of time spent in a control position, compared to 5%, and 9 takedowns in the UFC compared to 0 for David Dvorak. And again, this is just on paper. Matheus has the better takedown defense statistically, but I think Vegas favors Dvorak because they respect and know the guy has wrestling acumen. He has excellent jiu-jitsu defense, as he had this bout with Samalik in the European circuit, had Dvorak in a triangle where he almost also contorted his arm, and not only did David Dvorak not tap, but he escaped and wasn't afraid to remain engaged in a grappling match. Matheus Nicolau and David Dvorak are some tough dudes, but Dvorak is a bit more tenacious. He has good cardio, but Dvorak can also hang with Matheus on the ground. He has good counter and offensive wrestling and can roll and flow with his grappling. He transitions well and eventually took Salam Bek's back to land the submission in the bout where he was losing the grappling exchanges. This will be a close and exciting fight, and I've already purchased an impulsive position on Matheus Nicolau as a dog. But I learned better subsequently why Vegas favors David Dvorak. I'm not going to buy out of my position. I think Nicolau can still get the upset here, still has a submission game that is sound. He also can still crack even though he doesn't have a KO in the UFC, but I recognize why Dvorak is a favorite here. This is a tricky fight to predict a time prop on, but the method props will be meaty. I say choose a side and choose a prop. But let me know what you guys decide in the comments section. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Let me know what you guys might be doing on this play, and would you parlay either David Dvorak or Matheus Nicolau? But let me know in the comment section, and if you've made it this far, you are about better.